featuring tens of thousands of American aircraft to fly was from these aircraft. A newly invented pilot, 18, 19 years old, will move on to their frontline aircraft, such as the P-51 Mustang or the F-40 Corsair. They're on the takeoff roll now, ladies and gentlemen. The Titan Aerobatic Team takes the sky. Listen to the sound. Fly just 3 feet apart. They've been cleared inbound, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to our show here today, the Titan Aerobatic Team. Aerobatic maneuver. This gave the formation barrel roll. Those launches the separation as they roll through this full 360 degrees. The smoke comes off as the team leader, Jimmy Fordham, forced to reposition once again as they set up for their next maneuver. There are 4 members of the Titan Aerobatic Team. It's led by Mark Henley from Birmingham, Alabama. It's also flown by Ryan Reed from Louisiana. Steve Gustafson coming down for the bomber. Jimmy Fordham from Louisiana. We're going to watch him now again from the right. Now, I want you to listen in as they work their way in for this, the downward bombers. As they send the chimneys against the wall. This is challenging stuff to
All right. Coming back in, turning in for the offset loop.
Tests we've got altitude.
Altitude loop.
the most prolific aircraft to over 10,000 produced. Let's watch aerobatic teams in our great nation today. Proud to fly the flag of Titan, fueling success to the aviation industry since 1975. The Titan Aerobatic Team this year celebrating their 41st airshow season after being established in 1984. We're going to watch Jimmy Fordham as he leads Steve Gustafson coming down. To the correct and they set up for this next in-trail forward mission.
Hey, let's do a loop after the skip and
engines. As I mentioned to you, generate about 600.
What's the next one?
And with these aircraft,
Okay. Do a loop, half Cuban again with me on your wing, and then tailgate. Roger that.
Still parables to this day. Even if you get smaller products, we're going to be flying such as a P-51 Mustang ran for you, Corsair. We're going to continue to watch these guys as they loop back together, flying into the right, carrying altitude for airspeed. crew, give a big round of applause for the Titan Aerobatic Team.
Wheels out, middle roll to land. We're going to do a barrel roll, then a half pin, and then wheels on.
Execute T6 U.S. Army Airport as
Here comes the barrel roll.
We're going to continue to watch these guys. Jimmy Fordham and Steve Gustafson as they take a chance for one another.
Wheel down, barrel roll.
From the airport position upside down, you see the landing gear spin. They're going to work their way around and set up for their recovery. The Titan Aerobatic Team would like to thank their sponsors, including Titan Fuel, for the fueling success for the aviation industry since 1975. The Champion Aerospace, Killer Aviation Insurance, and Mid-Continent Aircraft Insurance. We want to thank Aeroshell Aerobatic Team, CJ Aviation, Young Aviation Engines, and high-power hydraulic doors. Thanks to Aspen Avionics, Lincoln Welders, Bose Aviation Headsets, Aircraft Spruce, Goodyear Tires, Cardboard Banners, Strong Parachutes, and Jepson. We also want to thank Genesis Autopilots, FortCollins.com, Desert Tire, Icon, Rathco Aircraft Parts, Flight Power Alternators, Jones 360 Coatings, Booker Harness, ACF 50, JP Insurance, Elford Harris, KS Engineering, and Eric, Avionics and Instruments. As the team sets up to land, I hope that you will join me in a very nice round of applause for Jimmy Fordham and Steve Gustafson. They are the Titan Aerobatic Team. As the Titan team works to recover from the right, I want you to look closely at these airplanes because up until about the mid-1950s, we built aircraft in this type of landing gear configuration. They're known as tail-wheel airplanes. You'll see that the main landing gear to the main wings. Near the tail, you'll see that little tiny tail wheel right there. And this was just how airplanes were built for many, many years before we moved on to what's now known as tricycle landing gear, that you might be most familiar with modern-day airplanes. The tail wheel flying, well, it's true stick and rudder skills, as we like to call it. And it has a lot to do about the center of gravity and how to land the airplanes. These T6s were very challenging to take off and land, particularly in dusty conditions, but make them good trainers. And it all comes down to center of gravity. If you end up too far forward of that CG, if you will, there's the potential to put the airplane up on its nose, you might damage the propeller and the engine. That's never a good thing. If you come in too far after the CG on landing, well, you have the ability, the potential to strike that tiny tail wheel, and this wasn't built to take that type of pressures, if you will, the hardships, if you will, of landing. So it's very much a tightrope operation in many cases to very comfortably and put the airplane down safely. And even today, the FAA even requires a special endorsement for tail-wheel airplanes. And of course, the T6 Texas, the granddaddy of them all. As the Titan team taxis into our show center, be sure to give them a big wave. They will not be able to hear you, but they will be able to see you, so be sure to leave your hands and hats up high. They will very much appreciate the animation from the crowd and our appreciation for your fabulous Aeroshell Aerobatic Team. As we set up next for our Big 17 demonstration that we'll be having in a few moments, we again want to say a big thank you to many of our partners who have stepped up to make air power over Hampton Roads possible. Thank you to our sponsor, Centair, who we help every day, and the Langley Aerospace Workers Association.
They're a premier sponsor here at Power over Hampton Road.